Hey everyone, Will Hamilton here, bringing you this look at the Andy Murray-Novak Djokovic men's final at the Aussie Open. I think it's going to be a great match, really looking forward to it, and we're going to talk about some of the tactics I expect to see in this match. Now, I think some stuff is relatively self-evident. We've got Murray and Djokovic, who are similar players in the sense that they both play very good defense. They both can go on offense very quickly. They're obviously very good movers. That helps with the defensive abilities. They're both good returners, and Djokovic more recently has become a proficient server, and it's gotten a lot stronger. The last year it was a little suspect. He's cleaned up his technique. Now it's much stronger. So I think a couple things that are going to be real important, that are going to be big kind of drivers in determining the outcome of this match. First serve percentage is the first thing. I think both these guys are going to have to serve at a high percentage because, like I said before, the return is going to be a big weapon. Both guys return well. I think Djokovic has the slight edge in terms of a more aggressive return, where against Federer he was hitting some stick returns right down the middle of the court, kind of a big target, but hitting it well. And if you have somebody serving, particularly at the Pro Tour, they're going to be landing somewhere here. So if this is obviously on the deuce court, so if you put a ball right back down the middle, it's going to be hard for the player to get out of the way. Typically during a rally, you want to be back behind the baseline somewhere. So that's a really effective return, just right back down the middle, because the court positioning is not very good for the returner. So I think that's going to be a big element. First serve return. I think both guys. I think the key ultimately is going to be who controls the middle of the court best, because both guys, like I said, are extremely good defenders. So you're going to have to hit, either Murray or Djokovic, you're going to have to hit a series of high-quality aggressive shots to win a point. And I said the same thing, Federer versus Djokovic, and Federer wasn't able to pull it off. If we put Fed up here for a sec, Federer often had control of the middle of the court, but because Djokovic was such a proficient defender, Federer had to hit 2, 3, sometimes 4 really aggressive shots, and he wasn't able to do it. And you could see into the third set he really started pressing and kind of going for too much. So I think whoever controls the middle of the court and forces the other person to play defense more regularly is really going to, that's going to be huge in terms of determining the outcome of this match. A couple other points. Both Murray and Djokovic have great backhands. Here's for righties, circles player stick the side they're hitting on. This is this is a backhand for righties. So you get these backhand exchanges here, and I think a big thing to look for tactically is the change of direction to get control of a point. Because if you have a neutral rally like this, both Djokovic and Murray can go up the line extremely well. So look for the change of direction like that as an attempt to gain control of the point, get the opponent on the move, and control that middle of the court. So how would this work exactly? Djokovic and Murray are in a cross-court rally like this. We'll switch to red. And let's say Djokovic, cross-court rally, ball comes in, then he goes line like this, and if he hits a good shot, Murray's going to be on the run on the forehand. And what Djokovic is looking for at this point, he'll be somewhere around the center of the court at this point, awaiting the next shot. And Djokovic will be looking for that ball over here somewhere, in the middle of the court. That's where he can step in and attack. He might go in the open court, he might go back behind, but that's how I expect a lot of these exchanges to play out. And Murray, on the other hand, he has the option of bringing this ball back down the line. This is a tougher shot, but it can be effective. If he hits a good shot, then Murray actually might be on offense at this point, because he's going to wrong foot Djokovic, who will be recovering this way. So if Djokovic has to come out, he might leave the ball hanging in the middle of the court. Then Murray would be in position to step in. Or he would send this ball across court and try and get it over here. That would be a neutralizing shot, and then the rally would reset. Nobody would be in control of the point at that juncture. So I think this is an exchange we can certainly look for, because again, both these guys have exceptional change of direction off both sides, but particularly the backhand. You know, you just look generally, anytime a pro has a really proficient down the line backhand, that's going to be a shot they're going to use to great effect because that's hard to pull off. The couple other elements I think could come into play with this match. Murray uses a little bit more variety than Djokovic. He works that slice in a little bit more frequently. And Federer had a little bit of success for a short window of time against Djokovic, throwing in the slice, throwing in some loopy balls, and not giving Djokovic this straight pace. So it'll be interesting to see if Murray throws that in there, if either from out of the gate, if that's his game plan, or if he makes an adjustment and goes towards that type of variety, slice and dice, if his initial game plan, which might involve a little bit more pace and hard hitting, if that doesn't work as well. The final point I would close with is a question of court positioning. And I said Murray against Ferrer. What I said Ferrer had to do was get Murray to drift behind. He needed to push Murray back behind the baseline. So if we pretend this is Ferrer for a second, I said Ferrer, he needed to serve well, needed to return well. He needed to be in control from the first point because he needed to push Murray back behind the baseline. That's where he'd have an opportunity to win this match. And he did that well in the first set. Murray's a guy who sometimes allows himself to drift back. And I made this point in the other video, I'm going to make it again now, that Murray has said he sometimes gets pegged as an occasionally defensive player because when he drifts behind the baseline, his shots lose some, or they don't lose some of the weight rather. But because the ball has further to travel, it's easier for his opponents to get set and get to the ball. So when Murray stands up, that weight of shot is actually going to press his opponents, and Murray will be playing. It'll be aggressive at that point. So the question is, where is Murray going to be behind the baseline? And what he said after he beat Ferrer was, he said, I changed my string tension first of all because I was leaving the ball a little bit short. I needed a little bit more pop. But he also said I changed my court position. In the first set, he was too far behind the baseline. He made an adjustment. He moved up. He played closer to the baseline. So he did exactly what I said he needed to do. He basically realized Ferrer was trying to keep him back, and if he stepped up, then he'd be in control of more of the points. And that's what happened. He obviously won in 4 sets, second, third, fourth, after he made that adjustment. So will he drift back? Will Djokovic keep him behind the baseline? That's something else to look for. That'll be interesting because Djokovic has more offense than Ferrer. So if Murray drifts back, Djokovic is going to win more of those points. He's not going to allow Murray to get back into some of those points like Ferrer may have, because Ferrer just doesn't have the offense that Djokovic has. So those are sort of my thoughts on this match. Again, just to recap real quick, first serve percentage is going to be huge for both guys. And that's because both guys return exceptionally well. Whoever controls the middle for the most of the controls the middle the best, I think, is going to win this match because both players are such proficient defenders. I think the winning player is going to apply constant pressure largely through the controlling the middle here. And again, the court positioning for Murray, I think, is something to look for. I think that's going to have a huge outcome, or a huge impact on the outcome. So what do I think is going to happen? I'm calling this match 4 sets for Djokovic. I think he has looked a little bit better than Murray. I think against Federer he looked fantastic, and really just the whole game was there. The serve, the return, the groundies off both sides. Mentally he was pretty consistent. So I think he's playing a little bit better than Murray is at this juncture. But I think regardless, we're in for some great tennis. I think we're going to see some long rallies, some great defending, some great shot making. I think it's going to be an awesome match, and I'm looking forward to it. So please let me know what you think in the comments below, and I look forward to reading them. There's a like button somewhere here. Please click on that. Match starts in about an hour or so, so I'm pretty excited and looking forward to it, and I will talk to you all soon.